here on F1 2024 Live. Today's race is in Australia. Let's get right to it. Lights out and away we go here in Australia, Melbourne. Last race, Verstappen won it. Let's see here going down the straight. Who's going to come out of turn one? Everyone clean. Davies at the back there, both wide. The top 10, Verstappen, Hamilton, Piastri, Alonso, Perez, Russell, Sainz, and Norris, Leclerc, and Davies. Everyone got off pretty smooth there. No accidents. Everyone's getting close to that apex. Right there, contact between the V's and McLaren car. Davies being shoved wide off the track. Charles Leclerc. Everybody, today the Indy race is on today in Detroit. Qualifying in practice. And let's get back to it. Verstappen leads, Hamilton chasing him. Everyone doing clean driving so far. Let's send it down the pits. Bob, what do you got for us? Yeah, I spoke earlier today with the Kick Sabre team reporting those lug nut wheels. All weekend they've been having problems changing tires. Natalie Bottas, Joe Guanyu. So look for that in the pits. Last race they had 12-second pit stops just over a lug nut. Let's see if anything changes today. Thanks, Bob. Back to it here. Someone having issues there. Wide is that Davies being shoved wide against Charles Leclerc. You're on board now with Valtteri Bottas chasing down Carlos Sainz. Ever since Valtteri Bottas came over from Mercedes, he has not seen a podium finish, let alone a top 10 finish. He's a very good driver, I think, in my opinion. For Mercedes, he did the job well. He got podiums left and right. A lot has to say. Is it the driver? Is it the car? Quite frankly, sometimes I think it's the car. If your car, you get a poorly designed car, you could be the best driver in the world. Look at Max Verstappen. Great driver. He's winning races by 17, 20 seconds. Nobody can catch him. And there's Carlos Sainz now. He's hunting down Lando Norris, the winner of Miami. He won his first race ever and came close again in the next race. Chasing down that man, Max Verstappen. Here goes Carlos Sainz and the moves on the outside. Can he make it stick? Ooh, he only bumped the wall there. Had a little contact with the wall. He got through Lando Norris. Now he's on the tail of Davies. Lando Norris now coming back at Carlos Sainz. Getting right on the tail of that Ferrari. He's thinking about it. The pit window now is anywhere between 7 to 8 laps long. Sergio Perez now. He's in the mix there. He's behind Russell and Davies. Davies going the outside on George Russell. He gets by. Perez now taking advantage of that Mercedes. But Russell closes to the door. Wow, good driving there by the three already. Davies defending on Russell. Russell coming back on Davies now. Now remember, the RBV is a car. It's a mid car. It doesn't have very good straight line speed. So some of these tracks, you got the long straights. This car won't be very effective. Perez with that RB20. Max Verstappen, he is way out and ahead of everybody already. You're on board now with the leader. And the 2023 champ, Max Verstappen. He's probably thinking about what he's going to have for breakfast tomorrow already. He is already 5 seconds ahead of Lewis Hamilton. There's that Mercedes trying to close in on that RB20. That straight line speed of that car is just absolutely insane. Lewis Hamilton has not won a race yet since the new cars have been implemented. The last time this man stood on the podium in first place was 2021. Next year he's going to Ferrari. I'm pretty sure if they get that car set for him next year, you'll be seeing Lewis Hamilton back on the podium a lot next year. Hamilton being under pressure now by Piastri. Piastri has Alonso pressuring him. These three dueling it out now. Again, if you like IndyCar, Detroit Grand Prix is on this weekend. Today there's practice and qualifying for the big event tomorrow. We will be at Toronto Grand Prix and possibly Montreal coming up on our schedule. Don't forget, next weekend for the Ontario Kart League, our another Grand Prix at Windsor Airport is next weekend. Come on out and support your favorite team, your favorite drivers. Locked up there by Piastri, nearly causing him to go in the wall. Verstappen, Hamilton, Piastri, Alonso, Russell, Davies, Perez, Sainz, Norris, and Bottas are your top 10 drivers right now. We are 4 out of 20. No cautions yet. Daniel Ricciardo in last place. Not looking good for him this year at all. No, absolutely not. Next year, it's hard to say if he's going to have a seat. There's so many driver movements. And then you got Carlos Sainz, who doesn't have a seat for next year. I personally think Sainz might sign with Audi and take the year off. I mean, if you risk signing for a team and not do well, or you're guaranteed a spot, you never know. It's a hard decision to make because everybody wants to be on the track every year. Absolutely. And then there's rumor Sebastian Vettel might be coming back. Verstappen, Hamilton, and Piastri, top 3. And Alonso chasing down Piastri. These top 4 are breaking away from the pack. Yeah, I don't know if Davies has the umph in his car to catch these guys. Let's see where he's at here. He's being chased down by Russell. Oh, there's a big gap between the both groups here. You're on board now with Aaron Davies. That's an RP Visa mid-car. It doesn't have the juice like that RB20. Max Verstappen now 7 seconds ahead of the group. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to our channel. You have a possible chance to win free races at the Big Time Entertainment Center. Show up, you have a chance to race with some of our kart drivers. And again, the whole purpose of the Ontario Kart League is to help kids who can't afford to have that expensive go-kart, to afford to travel. You never know, but these little close in-town races at our circuits we have, your kid could be the next Max Verstappen. And let's look on Fernando Alonso now, chasing down that McLaren. Still can't get by. These medium tires have been working well all weekend for the Aston Martin team. Last race, they had problems with their tires, couldn't get enough heat in the tires, no grip. And unfortunately, Lance Stroll is in 14th as the other Canadian. You're going 3 wide. Oh, that McLaren back end almost went out into the wall. That was a close call from Oscar Piastri there, who moves into second place. But Lewis Hamilton is trying to get back around. Look how tight these 3 are. Getting off that apex. Alonso sitting back, just waiting patiently for the mistakes to happen or even a crash to say thank you very much for that second place. Piastri knows he's being pressured by that Mercedes. Here's Lewis Hamilton now, getting that speed. DRS going inside. Piastri rubs him wide, staying ahead of that Mercedes. These guys are giving it all today. There's that McLaren staying ahead of Hamilton, and then Alonso getting on the back end of Hamilton. Wow, what a race going on so far. These 3 battling at Davies, making ground in the back there. These 3 battling along with each other, slowing each other down, giving that RP Visa car a chance to catch up. You're on board now with Aaron Davies. Let's see how close he's catching the pack here. Now he's only at 3.5 seconds back. He's pushing that car all he can get. And now we're back on board with Alonso. Now this is the new F1 2024, just came out. I recommend it if you are a huge racing fan, you like simulators, this is the most realistic chance you have to driving an F1 car. This is what they use to practice in their off season with the simulators. And let me tell you, in this one, you gotta watch your tire wear, everything to make it last the whole race. Let's get back to it. Down the straight here, Lewis Hamilton trying to get by that McLaren, and he still can't. Piastri, oh, he's on the back end now. Alonso still hanging back in third, waiting for the pieces to get picked up. Oscar Piastri has still not won a race yet in his F1 career and would love to do so. He hasn't been able to get it. He got his first second place finish at Monaco this past weekend. I'm telling you right now, this kid will be a future champ. He will definitely win a couple of years of titles. If he gets the right car, I feel he'll win a championship over Lando Norris. He's better than Norris, I think. It's only his second year in F1, and he's already getting podiums. There goes Hamilton on the path and the outside. What a dangerous move by Lewis Hamilton. Did he make it stick? He did. Hamilton moves into second place. Piastri Alonso. What a move by the 7-time world champ. That probably felt really good to get around him there. Lewis Hamilton, again, signing that contract with Ferrari. It's either going to make it or break it for the guy. I mean, Charles Leclerc's their #1 driver, but I feel sorry for Charles because everywhere Lewis goes, he's #1 guy. I can't see Lewis going to Ferrari and being backpedaled as the #2 guy. Here goes Oscar Piastri down, trying to get back in spot, but he doesn't have the DRS this time around. Hamilton defending well on Piastri. Davies now making up ground. He's right on the back of that Aston Martin coming up. Wow, he closed the gap really quickly in the last 3 laps. There goes Davies in the inside. Can't make it stick. Let's see that RB Visa, if he's got any moves now, coming up around. You're on board now with Davies. Let's see it. Oh, there he goes on the Aston Martin. Contact was made. He hit the side pod of the Aston Martin. No flags. Alonso did not like that at all. He is fuming in that car, but he's going back on the Visa now. Let's see what he's got. Nope, not enough juice to that Aston Martin. Davies using his DRS to defend, and he's getting on the back tail of Piastri now. There goes Davies in the inside, trying to pass everybody. Hamilton, Davies in the lead now. Second place, Verstappen is gone. Nobody's catching him. He's at 13 seconds now. Davies going into the pits with Hamilton. Wow, what a pass. Right around the last edge, Davies gets by there. Let's see who's going to have the pit strategy. You know, the slower pit stop can cost you points. Look at that car. It's been through the gravel, you can tell. He made that pass, second place. What's going on here? Davies having problems in the pit. Wow. He's dropped back. He lost. Alonso passes him in the pit with Hamilton. What happened there? That was a disastrous pit stop for Aaron Davies. It's like they couldn't get the tire on right. The lug nut wasn't working or something was going on there. That just cost Aaron Davies 3 spots. He's in 14th, but the other cars ahead have not pit. That is, oh, wow. He's not happy on the radio right now, asking what happened there. He made that brilliant pass on the last turn to get by Lewis Hamilton for second. Pits, they put him on the hards, and now let's send it down to Bob. Bob, what can you find out what happened down there? Yeah, they looks like they had a problem with the rear wing nut there. They couldn't get it on. The tire was wobbly. The pit chief told him to stop the car. Davies almost left with the tire wasn't even on properly. That could have been disastrous there for his race. Thanks, Bob. Wow. Davies now going back on Alonso, wheel to wheel around the outside. He took the inside, Alonso on the outside, Davies cutting in. But Alonso coming back. That RB Visa is not very good on the straight line speed, as we said before. Alonso now trying to chase back Everybody's on fresh tires. 10 of 20 to go. Alonso now down the straight. DRS open. Davies doesn't have any battery to defend. Alonso, no, changed his mind. The track ran out, and Davies hangs on the fourth. Let's take a look up at the Piastri now. He's chasing down Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton trying to find Max Verstappen. He's already in Monaco. Verstappen 14 seconds ahead of the lead. He's probably wondering what he's going to have for lunch tomorrow. Well, let me tell you, this RB20 is a machine. Still this year, this car is still registering podium points for the team. And they have done 0 upgrades for the car. McLaren's already redesigned and re-upgraded over half their car, copying parts from the RB20, which is the reason why they're finishing in the top 3. Same with Ferrari. This could be a different year if Sergio Perez does not start scoring points this year to help Max Verstappen. I hate to say it, but Red Bull will not win the Constructors this year. I'm going to lean towards Ferrari or McLaren. Might possibly win the Constructors this year. The Drivers' Championship, I think Max might be able to hang on. Depends if the car... the car's reporting getting worse and worse every weekend, so... Let's see. I'm curious to know. Let's see the back of the pack. Nico Hülkenberg now. He signed a deal. He'll be racing for Audi. Where Valtteri Bottas was reported rumored to sign with Audi. And they took Hülkenberg instead. I think Joe Guan Yu does not have a job next year also. Logan Sargent won't be here. There'll be a lot of new faces. Rumor has it Oliver Bearman might be driving for Haas next year. And Antonelli for Mercedes. But Hülkenberg at the back. Ricciardo and Gasly are your last top 3. That Haas car hasn't been forming well all year. Let's get back to the top now. Verstappen miles away from Lewis Hamilton. And Davies trying to catch. Look at these 3 still battling all. Davies, Piastri, Alonso. This is where the action's been all race. Look at that McLaren. Piastri's thinking about it. Alonso again waiting for the pieces. Still hanging on with the pack. Davies making time on Hamilton. Oscar Piastri now. Trying to close down on that Visa car. It's got the straight line speed. Look at that Visa car. You can see the difference. How much slower that car is compared to everybody else on the track down that straight line. You can have all the downforce you want, but the aerodynamics. Davies pushing that car as hard as he can to catch Hamilton. Davies now finally back in F1. Last year he raced in F2. He won the F2 championship, and he was offered to drive for RB Visa, formerly known as AlphaTauri. Davies went wide off the track there, just trying to cut as much as he can. He's defending against that McLaren who's catching him. Oscar Piastri's DRS is open. Can he get by that Visa car? He's moving up to it though. Oscar Piastri now going wide, couldn't get by, hitting the apex. Fernando Alonso behind him. Verstappen, Hamilton, Davies, Piastri, Alonso, Perez, Russell, Leclerc, Albon, and Norris are your top 10. Alex Albon went from 16th all the way to 9th now, trying to score first points this year for Williams. It's good to see him in the top 10. I personally think Red Bull should have given him more time behind the wheel. 2 times he almost won 2 races, but unfortunately was cheaped out by Hamilton. Same with Pierre Gasly. Gasly, I would have liked to have seen him another chance at the car, but hey, you get a year, you don't perform, you're gone. Look at Sergio Perez. Rumor has it he might be re-signing with Red Bull, which I don't know if is true or not after the last few weeks of the performance by him. He's got to start scoring points for the team. Like I said, if he doesn't start scoring points in the top 10, don't get me wrong, Monaco crash wasn't not his fault. That was Kevin Magnuson's fault. So Verstappen looks like he's going to run away with this one unless something happens to that Red Bull car. He's 17 seconds ahead. There goes Fernando Alonso on the outside of Piastri, and he gets by for fourth. Wow, what a move by the three-time champ, Fernando Alonso, who signed an extension with Aston Martin. And here comes Oscar Piastri right back on the tail of that Aston Martin. Trying to go into the inside. Can't get through. What a move by Alonso. He waited patiently. Probably waited for that tires to warm up. Got the speed and said, thank you very much. So Hamilton, Alonso, Piastri, Davies. Davies dropped back in fifth now. He went wide off the track. He got spun out by Alonso. Was able to control the car before he went into the wall. Fortunately, we weren't on the camera for that. These battles have been insane on and off the track. Davies pushing, his radio engineer came in and said, you need to push. This is the time to push. There's 5 to go. He knows there's no chance. Oh, he went wide there a little bit off the track. He's really pushing that RB Visa car now. The braking, the shifting, you're getting close to somebody. You know, in this, Davies trying to take thought about it around that McLaren. I don't even know if something happened to Piastri's car. It looks like he's dropping back now. Alonso passed him. Now the RB Visa's catching him. Davies. Oh, there goes the McLaren on the outside of Alonso. Davies trying to get by both, but he can't. Alonso shuts the door. Piastri gets by. These three have been exchanging blows all day. Alonso defending Davies, shoving him wide. Davies makes it stick though. Alonso squeezed by. Wow. Alonso shoving him wide there, causing the speed to slow the car down. Davies within there. He's going inside. He thought about it. Oh, Alonso! Contact with the Visa car. Wow, that was dirty driving there by Alonso. Nearly, that could have taken them both out for the race. Davies, I don't know what Alonso was thinking. Davies gets by the Aston Martin. He's in fourth now. Piastri breaking away after the almost contact with those two cars. That could have cost them both the race. You could see the gravel marks on Davies' car when he went out in turn 4. No damage though. He's catching that McLaren now. Oscar Piastri trying to hang on. Davies trying to go on the inside, outside. He's thinking about it. Piastri defending brilliantly here. This is great driving racing today. Remember, this is Australia, ladies and gentlemen. Davies in the outside. Piastri trying to shove it to the wall. Davies gets by. He moves in the third. He's on podium now. Wow. What a move by the kid. Alonso now coming back on Piastri. The battles in the top 4 have been exciting all day. Davies now working his way up, trying to catch that McLaren car. He passed it. Now he's working on the Mercedes car. He said the only disadvantage is that straight line speed of that RB Visa car. Crazy. If you're in the local area for Windsor, Ontario, check out Jeff's Meats Market. They have the freshest, juiciest steaks, meat, kielbasa you can ever ask for. Fresh, fresh, fresh. Not frozen, fresh. Again, check out jeffsmeatmarket.com. And we're back here now, more racing. Davies still hanging on the 30s, chasing Hamilton down. Hamilton's defending brilliantly. Max Verstappen is now 17 seconds ahead. There's 3 to go. Davies trying to get to the outside of that Mercedes. Last time these two guys met, Hamilton spun out Davies. He hit the back wheel. Davies spun out, but he controlled the car in the gravel before hitting the wall. Davies again in the inside wall. He hit it. A piece flew off there. It looked like a piece of his wing went off there. Wow. Yeah, it looks like a little piece from his wing on the right side is broken on his front wing there. The RB Visa's got damage. If you look closely, the right wing, it's missing. That will cause the steering of the car and everything to be much more harder. You can see the piece on the RBV's, the front wing is not there, which will affect his turning and his straight line speed. But there goes Davies, trying to get around that Mercedes. And does he make it stick? Davies in the end, no, he went wide. Wow, he cut the corner there, and even if he did get by, he would have had to give that back to Hamilton. The battle for second place. Lewis Hamilton trying to hang on. They're now, remember, they're both on the same fresh tires from pitting. Slowing down, he's waiting patiently. Oh, the back end almost slid out there. He's really pushing that car. But the damage on that car, you can see, is slowing down that Visa car. Little nick of the wall caused that debris to go flying. You know, that could end up causing a puncture in someone else's tire. Lewis Hamilton hanging on. Davies going in the inside. No, couldn't get it there. Now up next is the IndyCar in Detroit. Practice and qualifying. And Davies in the inside. He makes it stick. Oh, he gets by Hamilton. Davies moving into second place with damage on that car. Lewis Hamilton is not done yet, though. Oh, he's even got floor damage there on the right side of that Visa car. This car is damaged. Here comes Lewis Hamilton. Davies trying to not give him the clean air. Lewis Hamilton down in the outside. Can he get by? Davies in the inside. Wheel to wheel. Look at him go. He defends the 7-time champ, which still can't get by. Neck and neck racing here. There's 2 to go. That car is heavily damaged, and he's hanging on, defending off that 7-time world champ. Lewis Hamilton, this will be the first podium of the year for him, if he manages to hang on. Oscar Piastri has dropped back numerously, 4 seconds. That just shows you how hard Hamilton and Davies have been driving for the last 3 laps. Can he hang on? He's starting to break away a little bit from Lewis Hamilton. You're on board now with Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton radioed in saying Davies made contact with his car, but the replay we showed it, Davies hit the wall. He scraped the wall, and that's where his wing went out. He's breaking away from Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton trying to get behind that clean air of that car, and Davies is trying to keep him out of that clean air. Here comes Lewis Hamilton, the final push. Davies trying to keep him away from the clean air. Here comes that Mercedes. He was not up and close enough. Hamilton didn't have DRS. Davies is too far ahead. Let's see where Max Verstappen is. You're on board now with Max Verstappen. Turn 4, 5, 6. Verstappen will win another one here in Australia. 17 seconds ahead of everyone else. That is one time. It just shows you how fast that car is, Bob. You're on board now with Davies and then Hamilton. That Mercedes is giving everything it got. This is the last lap. Can that RB Visa hang on, or Mercedes spoil the day and take back its second place? Here comes Lewis Hamilton now behind the RB Visa. Davies driving magnificent. He's sticking to that high wide, doesn't want that clean air. Hamilton trying to get up close to DRS. The final 2 turns are coming. Can he hang on? In the last race, he finished 7th. First, 7th, and 2nd here. The final turn. Davies, what a drive from the kid. Verstappen, Davies, Hamilton, Alonso, Piastri, Russell, Perez, Leclerc, Sainz, and Norris are your top 10. Alex Albon, who was in 9th, went off the track late and was passed by the 2 Ferraris and the McLaren. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you like this as much as I do. Like, share, and subscribe. You want to see me live on TV one day? I need all the help I can get. Until next time, take care.